Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening, depending on whichever time of the day that you are going to come across this video. I'd like to welcome you onto my channel. I have a bit of flu, so I'm recovering from flu, but either way, I'm okay now. So you will please have to forgive me for sniffing my nose every now and then. Um, yeah, man. I just came across this. It happened. Um, Apparently it happened. When did this happen? Because this article came out on the 12th of this month. Um, of an incident that took place in Bela Bela, in Limpopo. It is said that a body of a father and a 4-year-old daughter or little girl was found um hanging from a roof. Police, when they got there, they shoot this happened back room at that place. And yeah, and it is also said that um the mother was not there. um and it is also alleged that the father is the person who did this. He first did the child, and then he did himself. um yeah, as I said, they said the mother was not there. And yeah, hey, this is sad, eh? I'm actually on the fence, honestly speaking. um and also asking myself a lot of questions in terms of why. I also have this other friend of mine where her sister's husband did something similar, took all the kids, put them in a car, and drove into a truck, and all of them were gone. And this is something that happened late last year, the second half of last year. Yeah, during that time, this is when this happened. You know, I can understand when was sick and then they pass. Um, I do not want to bring this up, but even with my mom, I understood, and I would have understood better if she was sick and then something happened. Because most of the time, when somebody passes after being sick, you do kind of like have that closure. It's okay, this person was sick. You understand? But for someone to just pass away, it leaves one with a lot of questions. You understand? But back to this whole tragedy that happened in Ebela Bela. Yo, sometimes people will ask you, Gucci, um, are men really from God? And that is, no, most of the time with relations to relationships and men cheating, or yeah, it's just basically cheating. And you'll hear women being like, do you really think men are from God? And all of that. You understand? But when it comes to this, I I will not just be asking this question based on a man, because we've heard and we've seen even other stories of women even doing similar things. You understand? So this thing, first of all, I do not want to base it on one gender. No, all of us, Um, this really did break my heart. Um, and this does show, sometimes you'd see a family, we we didn't know, we do not know, except the people maybe from there and all of that, but in terms of having more details, in terms of what type of man was this father, what type of woman was the one that he was with, what kind of relationship did they have, we do not have all that information. However, sometimes you do tend to look at certain relationships and be like, oh, um, they're living happily ever after. Yo, yes, I wish I could also. Sometimes we even envy some relationships, but we do not really know what is going on behind closed doors. You know, we do not know. And most of the time, certain relationships that are really, really toxic or are having problems, but are hiding those problems, um, are relationships that do tend to appear perfect in the public eye, but only to find out Guti. But that's not always the case, because other relationships. I also remember when I was growing up, there was a family where the father used to really put his hands on the mother, but he never touched the kids. The problem was that he used to even do this in front of the kids, to a point that the kids, when the mother was pregnant, the kids would run away to go and hide in a chicken house back at home. And you'd find out, Guti, my grandmother would wake up after hearing people outside. Would know something is wrong outside, and then we go in. She goes there. She finds the kids are the ones that are crying in the chicken house. I don't know. I forgot the name of the what is it called, but like Tlalakoningogo. And then they would have to go there now and go and try to diffuse the whole situation and try to calm the whole situation down. And it was very bad. It was very, very bad. I remember I even got to a point where I was like, I would watch uh, um these TV shows like about, if you know Jessica Alba, there's this other series that she was on, a Dark Angel. I would even be like, I wish I could fight like that in order to be able to defend or protect this woman from this man. You understand? With this particular situation, Nakona Futi, we did not really have the full story, because even that at the time we were very, very young. The only thing that we just saw was the man who was putting his hands on his woman. The reason why, we just don't know. And most of the time, uh, chances that this man was also grew up in a situation like this, or was maybe abused naye, are very high. Because some people who grew up in situations like this or were involved do end up turning out like that, and some, they don't. Abanye, they just grow up and become better people. They change their lives. That's why I always say, Guti, just because I went through it doesn't mean the next person must go through it. I know most of the time in our communities, this thing of us seeking help or mental help, uh, uh, we do not really do it, but it's very important, my faith. When you see Uguti, you are in a toxic relationship, you grew up in a toxic environment, or were involved in a toxic situation in your life or in the past, you need to go and seek help. As a man, it might seem like you are weak, you can't handle your household or something like that, or kind of like an embarrassing thing for you to go and seek help, but it's very important to do that, because you're not only just doing that for yourself, but also for your kids and your family. If you feel like you're even in a relationship that you see good, it's pushing you. I mean, I've once said to Guti, I mean, if I was ever to find myself in a situation where someone tries to put their hands on me or makes me get to that point, first thing first, I'm stopping all of that. I'm stopping all of that. I've worked very hard to get where I am, for me to have to lose everything that I've accomplished. And sometimes you even find out Guti, a person is even frustrated by the fact of Guti, they are not working. They're affected by work issues. They're affected by um, stress. There are a lot of things that do contribute in terms of people having to turn out into being bad people. You understand? So it's very important, guys. Self awareness. I remember last week we were talking with Umzala at work, and she was telling me, Guti, there was a time when she was busy with another thing, SM17, and then she started feeling like, you know what, now I am getting, this is leading me into depression. Let me just remove myself from this whole situation. In a sense, might remove, like, you know what, I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to deal with this right now. Self awareness is very important, my friend. It is very important to be aware with how do you feel, what's going on in your mind, what it has changed, what will certain things that are happening lead to. It's very important to be aware of such things, guys. You know, yo, this is very sad. We do not know. For me, when I read this, first thing first, even with the heading, I was like, no, the father is the one who must have done this. And sometimes when they do this, they'll do this in order to hurt the woman, to hurt the woman. Because I can never understand, Uguti, why would you even, why don't you just do this to yourself and not involve the kid? You know, abanye, you'll find out that maybe he was raising this child, it was not his, and he found out later. And a person who's like this, for me, in my head, what comes through my mind right now is that he could have also been a. It could. It's actually two ways. Could be because this man might have also been an abusive man towards the woman, or he was even not only just an abusive man. Sometimes even a Munto tool who's not abusive can also do this. Can also do this. You know. So, ish, guys, please be aware of, be self-aware. Other things, also, I'm as red flags. Be able to read my red flags and see them, and don't ignore them. Because some people you do tend to see, which, you know, this person, this one is capable of anything. When you see someone is like that, avoid or refrain from leaving that person with your kid, or even being with that person, because you do not know. Because there are even other stories where you hear that a man did this to the whole family, or the woman did this to the whole family, or the child even did this to the whole family. You know, so yeah, it's sad. Um, it's very sad. I don't want to lie. Um, let's get help, man. Let's normalize getting help as men, and also debunking this thing. Google say, are men from God, or men are evil creatures? No, not all of us. And those who are, I do urge and wish that you'll get to a point where you'll want to become better. Because I do also feel like when somebody is evil, there is that hurt little child in them that was unfairly treated, or that or something happened that was unfair to them. And another thing, I'm still saying this, Guti, just because something bad happened to you, you know how bad it was. You know how sad it was. You know how it crushed you. Do not do that to another person. Do not do that to another person, because some people will be like, yes, it happened to me. Nabanye fabeguz. We are sorry. I mean, I personally am very sorry for that, for you, for that. You know? And other things, we also need to forgive ourselves when we do mistakes. We need to forgive ourselves. My other teacher said, keep on thinking, um, never think before you act, and keep on thinking while you're acting. There's also something else that I wanted to say. I just forgot. It slipped my mind. But please, Bafethu, if you're in a toxic situation, puma. If I don't hear people say, "Guti," when they're married, it's hard to leave someone when you're married. I've never been married before, but one thing I know, Guti, it's not hard, is walking out of the door. It is. Even if it means you have to leave everything just for you to go and find yourself, do it. Even if it means you're not going to separate with that person yet, in terms of divorce and all of that, but you just removing yourself from that situation and leaving to go and find your peace, Jay, do it. Just do not harm yourself. Just do not harm anyone. Go and find help. Seek help. So yeah, it's sad. Hey, it's very sad. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have to say right now. Yeah, man. So do like, comment, and subscribe onto the channel, and let's pray for each and every one of us, not just man, all of us. Let's pray for all of us, man. Um, yeah. Thank you.